Students, now we are starting with the group means the next group, that is S block elements. The S block elements are also called means among S block elements we are starting with group number 2. Group number 2 elements are also called the alkaline earth metals. This is because their oxides and their hydroxides. First thing is their oxides are mainly found in the earth crust, as well as their oxides and hydroxides are alkaline in nature. That means they are soluble in water. So that's why they are called alkaline earth metals. Now, among these alkaline earth metals, the beryllium is the most rare metal, and radium is also the rarest. Radium is also this one radium which is present at the base. The radium is the radioactive element, and it is generally found very rarely in the igneous rocks only. Now students, we will discuss about the electronic configuration of the alkaline earth metals. So actually students, the main thing is that beryllium is having a very smaller size, and all elements are all elements are, since this group is called the group of alkaline earth metals, but the beryllium, it shows the anomalous or different behavior as compared to the other alkaline earth metals. That's why except beryllium, these all elements are called alkaline earth metals. The beryllium is having very different characteristics or properties as compared to the other alkaline earth metals. Beryllium also shows the diagonal relationship with the aluminium. Okay, so that's why as well as its size is smaller, it shows a little bit covalent character. That's why it do not shows the complete alkaline nature. Now students, the next one is about we were discussing about the electronic configuration. The electronic configuration of alkaline earth metals, they are having the 2 electrons in their outermost shell, and electrons are present in their S subshell, in the valence shell. The S subshell is completely filled, and we can write the electronic configuration like this. The outermost general electronic configuration of these elements is like the noble gas, okay, and then NS2. This is the general electronic configuration or formula for the general electronic configuration of alkaline earth metals. Now let's discuss about, this is about the electronic configuration. Next one is about the atomic size. Atomic size, or we can say ionic size. So students, what about the atomic as well as ionic size? As we move from top to bottom, like in a group we move from top to bottom, then what happen, that their atomic size, or we can say their ionic size, both will increase. Why both will increase? Because the number of shells will increase, the Z effective will decrease, like effective nuclear charge will decrease. So due to the increase in the number of shells, their atomic size increases, because the screening effect also increases. Okay, because the inner core electrons also means what we can say, inner core electrons will provide more amount of repulsion on the outermost valence shell electrons. That's why the Z effective will decrease, as well as atomic size will increase. So students, this is about the atomic size. So top to bottom, like the beryllium is having the smaller size, then magnesium, then calcium, then strontium, then barium, and then radium is the radioactive element, but we are considering up to barium only. So this is about the atomic size. Now students, the next one is about the ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. So about the ionization enthalpy of alkaline earth metals. Students, like the alkali metals, we know that in alkali metals, while moving from top to bottom, their ionization energy will decrease. Why? Because due to the increase in atomic size, due to the decrease in the Z effective, more amount of repulsion force is applied on the outermost valence shell electron. So we have to give a lesser amount of energy to remove the electron from the outermost valence shell. Similarly, on moving from top to bottom, we know that the size of atom will increase. So that's why on increasing the size, the repulsion force applied by the inner core electrons on the outermost valence shell electron is more. That's why we have to give a lesser amount of energy to remove the electron from the valence shell easily. That is the reason that the ionization enthalpy decreases from top to bottom. So that's why we can say that ionization energy, since ionization energy is also inversely proportional to the atomic size. So on increasing atomic size, the amount of ionization energy also decreases. Now students, let's discuss about the other thing, that among the alkali metals, this is the alkali metals and these are the alkaline earth metals. So among the alkali metals, that is group 1 elements, and the alkaline earth metals, that is group number 2 elements, the ionization, we will compare the ionization energy. Like let's take the example for the sodium as well as magnesium. This is the sodium and this is the magnesium. So the value of sodium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, and here the configuration of magnesium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. So this is the means when we provide the energy to remove the electron, then to remove the electron, the first energy will be the ionization energy first. So to remove the first electron, we have to give first ionization energy. So the first ionization energy of the alkaline earth metals will be greater as compared to the alkali metals, because in alkali metals only a single electron is there, whereas in alkaline earth metals 2 electrons are there. So this is the fulfilled, and this is the means 1 electron easily can be donated to get the stable noble gas configuration. That's why the first ionization enthalpy of alkaline earth metal is more as compared to the alkali metals. As well as if we go for the second ionization enthalpy, then the second ionization enthalpy of alkali metals will be more as compared to alkaline earth metals. Why is it? Because now we have, for the second ionization enthalpy, we have to remove an extra electron from the stable configuration in alkali metals, but in case of alkaline earth metals we have to remove the electron, that is 3s1 for the second ionization enthalpy. So the second ionization enthalpy of alkaline earth metals is smaller as compared to alkali metals. Okay students. Now students, the next one is about the hydration energy. So hydration energy, like the alkali metals, and we know that the hydration energy, like alkali metals only, the hydration energy of the alkaline earth metals, metal ion also decrease with increase in the ionic size. That means their hydration energy is also inversely proportional to the atomic size, or we can say ionic size or ionic radius. So if on top, moving from top to bottom, we know that the size of ions continuously increases. That's why their hydration energy continuously decreases. That's why the beryllium ion is having maximum hydration energy, then magnesium, then calcium, then strontium, and then barium. So this is the order of the hydration energy. So the hydration energy of alkaline earth metals decreases down the group. and that is the reason that these elements like we can say that these elements like magnesium, beryllium, calcium, they are more hydrated. Like magnesium forms MgCl2.6H2O, like calcium forms CaCl2.6H2O. So these form more hydrated salts. And also among the alkaline earth metals as well as alkali metals as well as alkaline earth metals, the hydration energy of alkaline earth metals is comparatively more. Why? Because their size is lesser as compared to alkali metals. So due to lesser size, they are having more hydration energy. That is the reason, like sodium and magnesium are there, but sodium salts are not easily hydrated. Like NaCl is not hydrated, but MgCl2 is hydrated due to its lesser size. So students, these are certain properties of the alkaline earth metals.